of Seahawks Today. Live, Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. Coming up on today's show, we have the latest Seattle Seahawks news and rumors. Also, we'll preview Sunday's matchup between your Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. From Germany, we have not one, but two live rumors mailbags we'll get to here in just a little while from right now. This is our build-up portion of the show. We encourage you, as you file in, to smash that like button, or tickle that like button, if you will.
Hey.
And when we get to 50 likes, then we'll officially begin today's show. Jeremy Chugs is here with me as well. Jeremy, how are we doing?
I'm doing pretty good, but the only thing is, your mic is a little messed up. If you could re-plug it in for me. I don't know what happened from the opening to now, but your mic's a little messed up. I'll go ahead and give some shout-outs for your city for right now while we get this figured out. Papa's mic is not working.
How about now?
There we go.
Okay.
Something happened from whenever we checked earlier to now, but
that's why we have the build-up portion.
That's why we have the build-up portion. We got it figured out.
Okay. Are we better now?
Oh, you sound so good, Tyler.
Oh, thank you.
You sound so good.
Yeah, Tyson, yep, your audio is whack today. Well, I hope everything sounds better now.
Now it's totally not whack.
Okay. All right. We all good, everybody? Let me know in the chat if everything sounds fine, that we're all good to go.
I think we're good to go.
Let's see.
We got Raleigh, Portland.
Also,
North Carolina.
It is Nick Fury's birthday today.
Oh, Nick,
happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. Wow.
There we go. What's the version of Happy Birthday you sing? You got another one you do, right?
Happy birthday from all of us to you. Happy birthday. We hope your dreams come true. Hey.
Oh, I love it. Everybody, tell Nick happy birthday
HBD in the comments.
Spam HDBD in the chat. I see people checking in from Eugene, Oregon, Tokyo, Japan, Benton City, also here.
Konnichiwa.
Nick, our birthday boy, is in North Carolina today. I also see the state of Washington. Coaster Kid wants to know, how can I watch the game? Well, you can watch it alongside us on Sunday morning, as we'll be here bright and early, getting things started at about 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We'll be live and get the party rolling, and then kickoff will be about 30 minutes after that. So shout out your city where you're watching from. I see Gabby checking in from Hawaii. Among others as well.
It's actually Hawaii.
Hawaii? I like that. Noel checking in, or is it Noel? Is it Noel or Noel? From Fontana, California.
Nick.
Home of the Auto Club Speedway.
We actually have a great deal for you today for your birthday.
Yes.
We can call you Lord Nick.
We can. We have the ability to call you Lord Nick. Today's show is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, 1 tree planted and trees for the future to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, and more. It makes for a great last-minute gift. First 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or Lady, we can build our little Seahawks Today kingdom together. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the promo code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off at establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. You can see I already got mine. You can join me. Let's create our kingdom together. Save an extra 10% now. EstablishedTitles.com/chat. All right, guys, let's have ourselves a day today with the Seahawks about to go to Germany. Today's their last practice in Seattle before they make the trek across the pond. And I want to know, do you like German beer? Is that your type of drink? You know, I like beer, but German beer is totally different than any other beer out there. I like German beer. It's not my favorite. You know, I'll take what we have domestically. Prefer it. You know, I got my Coors Light on hand today.
Coors.
But I'm not a hater by any means. I like German beer. Jeremy, you like German beer?
Yeah, I love some German beer. My fiance's family, her mother's side, is actually from Germany.
Really?
Yeah, we go to this place here in Dallas. It's a great German eatery called Kubi's.
Okay.
Really good. They've got great bratwurst, schnitzel. It's like spetzel or something. It's like almost like noodles. I don't know how to describe it. But no, yeah, German beer is really good. An actual German bratwurst is really good.
Yeah,
with a pretzel bun.
Oh, I could go for a bratwurst right now. That sounds really good. Nicholas says German beer is yummy. I see Tyson saying yes. What else? You guys big fans of German beer? Let us know in the chat. Y for yes, in for no.
And guys,
if you like some German beer,
we can all become lords or ladies, and then go take over Germany.
Right?
Like
we're about to go over there anyway, and so you know we could even make a pit stop in Scotland on the way to Germany. Check out our property.
I'm just saying.
Let's see. What else we have here? Let's get to the happy hour specials today as everybody's still filing in. We're at 20 likes right now, by the way. I need everybody to smash that like button. When we get to 50 likes, we can officially begin the show. I'll put it in the chat right now. Nick Fury, Dat Fat Rat, all you guys, it is your job to make sure we get to 50 likes so we can properly start the show. Junior says, don't think I've ever had German beer. Well, I got to tell you, Sunday would be a great day to try with the game coming up. Any super chat gets a shout out on the show. You also get to go to the front of the line for our mailbags that we'll be doing later. $2, you can ask me or Jeremy Chuggs anything, whatever is on your mind. You could even get a little personal if you want. $5, we'll take a shot, and I do have the Fireball in hand and ready to go. We also have some tequila sitting around if you prefer us to drink that. $10, we'll chug a beer, and for every $150, we get out the boot. And by the way, we've had this our own boot now for about a week and a half, and we have already inducted 8 members to the Seahawks Boot Hall of Fame. $100 gets you a spot on the Seahawks Boot Hall of Fame. And I would love to induct some more members today. Does anybody want to take me up on this opportunity to be inducted into the Seahawks Boot Hall of Fame? $100, we'll have a ceremony for you. We'll get you on the boot today, and we're all ready to go. So if you got $100, you want a spot on this boot, heck, even if you're already on the boot, I'm willing to put you on the boot again and get you another spot for $100.
And
so
that fat rat.
What's
that
that
started?
$1. A little $1 super chat.
Hey-o.
That Fat Rat getting the party started. I love it. That Fat Rat, you're a real one. Check it in from Mexico today.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Very cool. Thanks, That Fat Rat, for getting the party started, getting the super chats going here on today's show. So this week, the Seahawks face Tom Brady. Probably, I would guess, the last time they'll ever face Tom Brady, unless there's a playoff matchup of some sorts, which isn't out of the realm of possibility. But I want to know, with all that we have suffered and been through of seeing Tom Brady play, and not to mention he did beat the Seahawks in a Super Bowl too, what do you hate the most about Tom Brady? Jeremy Chuggs, I'll let you start.
I would say the thing I hate the most about Tom Brady is his damn luck. And hear me out.
That's probably the same answer for me, too.
Hear me out. Things are not going his way as much this year, right?
Right.
Giselle is a witch. Not in like a crazy, like, fantasy, whatever. She's an actual, real, live witch. It's been documented. Tom Brady has said multiple times that she gives him special teas and mantras to say before games. And the amount of luck and things that have gone his way, the only thing I can describe of it is he had some sort of supernatural, some kind of power over him.
Yeah.
So 100%, I believe Giselle was a witch. She no longer is giving him powers or helping him out, so he's not going to win a Super Bowl this year.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I don't think he's ever going to win one again unless he gets on Giselle's good side, because the only reason he won those Super Bowls because she was a witch.
What about all those Super Bowls he had before she arrived in his life?
How many Super Bowls did he have?
At least 3, I believe.
3? Okay. And let me ask you this. Did he win any Super Bowl MVPs in those 3? Or was it a great team around him, a great defense and run game, and he played decent?
You're not wrong. He took a big step up when Giselle showed up.
That's all I'm saying.
But I wouldn't say he was bad before Giselle showed up, and he
wasn't
before she was there.
But before Giselle, was he even in the conversation of best quarterback in the league?
No. So
that's all I'm saying.
It's an interesting point. So, yes, I'm seeing in the chat, we're asking you, what do you hate the most about Tom Brady? Nick says Super Bowl 49. Tyson says how he's grown crotchety and temperamental. Jamie says the refs protect him way too much.
True.
Let's see. James says, I do know Tom Brady has never won in Seattle. So I don't want to ruffle some feathers here, but I'm actually a Tom Brady fan. I like Tom Brady. And I respect the heck out of Tom Brady. Oh, got a super chat. We can end my nice praise for Tom Brady. I'll say this. It is, though, for me, the way that he's won so much and taken away from everybody else, including the Seahawks, and with the way that we do see things go his direction. Deflategate, Spygate, all these things somehow work out to Tom's advantage. Officiating-wise, I hate to complain about officials, but
Giselle's a witch.
They do give Brady some help over the years, so I'll say that much.
Dustin Bridger!
Dustin with a $10 super chat. That means I got to chug this beer. Dustin says, go Hawks. Dustin, go Hawks right back at you. Here's a beer chug to you. Getting the party started.
Oh. Very nice. And actually, we have another question for y'all. One word, only one word, to describe the Seahawks season so far.
One word to describe it so far? My one word would be surprising, because even if you thought this team was going to take steps in the right direction, I don't think anybody thought that they would be going out there and dominating the way that they have the last 3 weeks. It's one thing to win these games. It's another to dominate. And that's what the Seahawks have done. It's surprising. So even the biggest of homers out there, I think, can't sit here and say that they expected the Seahawks to dominate in the fashion they have. I see impressive, magic, fun, shocking, amazing. That Fat Rat says rookies. Okay. What about you, Jeremy?
My one word, redemption.
Redemption? Yeah.
Geno Smith. Everybody counted him out. Everybody didn't even want him to start this year. He is redeemed. Pete Carroll. Everybody wanted him out instead of Russell Wilson. I remember, I've been working on this channel for more than a year and a half now.
Yeah.
I remember Seahawk fans saying, get Carroll out of here. We want to keep Russell.
Yeah.
Now what is everybody saying?
I think that worked out.
Pete Carroll, redemption.
Redemption, that's a great choice. I see shocked, says Ken. Tyson says recharged. Dustin says faith. James says shocking. Slightly Toasted says draft. Junior says comeback. Steven, elated. I like all those word choices to describe this Seahawks team to this point. That Fat Rat says I always believed in Pete. You know, it was interesting this offseason before the season began, and Jeremy, you said this. You've worked on this channel a while now. I mean, like I read those comments, and there were people out with the pitchforks for Pete Carroll, and even after the Russ trade and everything that went down, and even when they lost to the San Francisco 49ers this year, there were people ready to write off Pete Carroll, and he's answered the call. And what I give Pete Carroll credit for the most that I like, besides what they did in the draft, Jeremy, the way they've adapted this year. We've seen them let Geno cook.
Yeah.
We've seen them use analytics and be aggressive on fourth down and do those things there. Pete Carroll, the biggest criticism I think you could say about him previously was that he wasn't evolving, that he wasn't adapting. Pete Carroll is growing as a head coach.
Yeah.
That's great to see.
I mean, just like Kim Kardashian, Pete Carroll, a comeback story.
Oh, yes. That's great.
Make sure you're like Jared G using hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat just like Dustin and Dat Fat Rat did. We actually have 2 mailbags on today's show, so start getting those questions in. We're going to probably get to all of them today. Nick, I have no idea where Mark Sanchez is. MIA for right now, but hey, we still got 75 viewers right now. Get those questions in. Use hashtag Seahawks just like Jared G did in the comment section so we can answer your questions later on. You have questions. Tyler Jones, he has answers.
That's how it works around here. 74 viewers right now. We need 15 more likes to officially start the show.
Dustin, I see your question. You got to use hashtag Seahawks just like Jared G did or Super Chat to get on the mailbag.
And if you Super Chat, then you jump to the front of the line. Your question gets asked first. You don't have to wait around. So, but yes, as far as that goes, I see more comments on the Pete thing. Steven says, Pete was stuck with a one-trick pony. Geno is anything but. Slightly Toasted says, primetime Pete.
Ooh.
We are at 76 live viewers, 36 likes. I need everybody to hit that like button. If everybody hits the like button, then we can officially get started with the show. We can't do anything till we get to 50. So everyone right
11
now,
likes away.
Whatever you're doing, hit that like button, and so we can get going with today's show, because we got a lot of cool stuff today, but you guys got to do your part first. This is your show too, just as much as it is ours. It's your show even more so. So what do you guys have for us? Like the show to go ahead and get started. We'll get going here in just a few moments. Also got a poll question up in the chat. Will the Seahawks win the NFC West? 123 votes so far. 95% of you say yes. 5% say no. What do you think, Jeremy Chucks? What do you think about those poll results? You agree? You think Seahawks going to hold on and win the division?
I think right now they should be the odds-on favorite. I mean, the way they're playing, their consistency. I mean, I'd choose them over the Rams right now. I'd choose them over the Cardinals right now. The only team I'd be worried about is the 49ers.
The 49ers, yeah.
So that's the only team I would be worried about right now because their defense is legit.
Okay, we got to 50 likes. Good work, everybody. Before we officially start, let's go ahead and show the happy hour menu one more time. Folks, these prices you don't get anywhere else. Game days, it costs you a little bit more. This is something that we offer because we are men of the people, because we want to celebrate and have a good time. And it's happy hour, middle of the week, hump day and everything. Any super chat gets a shout out. You can get to the front of the line on the mailbag. $2, you can ask me or Jeremy Chugs anything. $5, we'll take a shot. Every $10, chug a beer. I got my Coors Light in hand ready to go. Every $150, we'll take down a boot. And for every $100 super chat, you get a spot on the Boot Hall of Fame. If you're already on the Boot Hall of Fame, I'm willing to give you another spot on the Boot Hall of Fame. We'll do an induction ceremony and everything for you. So we got that ready to go. And by the way, Nick is asking in the chat, He wants a shot for his birthday. He can't super chat because he doesn't have a bank account. I think that Nick's still like 14 or 15 or something, so we won't hold that against Nick. But if somebody wants to, send in, $5, then we can take a shot for Nick for celebrating his birthday. So we can do some birthday shots.
Do we just give him one on the house? Just one birthday shot. Please, Tyler.
You know what? I'm feeling very generous. I say we go ahead and give him one birthday shot.
Let's do it.
And you know what? Here's what I'll do. for all the shots that come in today, because there will be more, I know there will be, we will do in honor of Nick Fury. I want to make sure that he has the best birthday ever. And so, okay, Nick's 19. Okay, not 14 or 15, whatever. So for every $5 that comes in for shots, we are going to do in honor of Nick Fury because we want him to have the best birthday ever. So that's how that will work. I will take a shot. Jeremy will take a shot. We will celebrate Nick Fury and hope that he has a great birthday here on Seahawks Today. Jeremy, do you remember your 19th birthday? Were you taking shots?
No.
No. Wink, wink.
No.
No. Here you go. To Nick Fury. Happy birthday, Nick.
Hopefully soon, Lord Nick Fury.
Hopefully, yeah, Lord Nick. Cheers to you, bud. There we go. You got on my phone?
Just a little bit.
Good thing my phone's waterproof. Coaster Kid says, my birthday is on Saturday. Coaster Kid, happy birthday to you. Join us on Sunday. And we'll have a good time. All right, coming up on the show, Seahawks news and rumors, the latest happenings with your favorite team. We'll get you updated on the injury front and more. Then we'll do our live Q&A rumors mailbag segment. We'll preview Sunday's matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we'll do our live rumors mailbag segments as well. 2 mailbags today. If you want on the mailbag, use the hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the show. That is what's in store for today. Glad to have you with us here on Seahawks Today Live. Tyler Jones, Jeremy Chuggs here. Welcome in to Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. Coming up on today's show, we have the latest Seattle Seahawks news and rumors as we will catch you up to speed with everything you need to know about your favorite team. But before we do that, folks, we are getting very, very close to 31,000 subscribers on the channel. It seems like just yesterday we were doing a Gatorade bath to celebrate 30,000 subscribers. And I believe, folks, we are going to get to 31,000 this week. But we need your help to get there. You see, we're just a little over 250 subscribers away from doing that. Subscribe now for the latest Seattle Seahawks news and rumors segments each and every day, our live shows on Wednesdays, and our watch parties on every Seattle Seahawks game day. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Join the family. You'll be glad you did. We begin today talking about Cullen Gillaspia. And in the case of Cullen here, this is a guy that his season is likely over, according to Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll, as he is undergoing knee surgery. He signed this offseason. He's played fullback. He was signed to be a linebacker, played about 6 games, but mostly was a special teams guy. He converted a punt early in the third quarter this past week, and his right leg buckled on him as he tried to break a tackle. And this was somebody that was signed to the practice squad back on September 28th and then was quickly elevated to Seattle's game day roster against the Lions, played 18 snaps on special teams after registering a tackle in the loss to the New Orleans Saints the following week. Former Texas A&M standout, also a walk-on at Texas A&M, was signed to the 53-man roster and carved out a significant role on kick and punt coverage teams. So although this is not the most high-profile player by any means, it is unfortunate news for a guy that had been working hard to get on the football field that his season is effectively over with. And this is what Pete Carroll had to say. He got whacked. He's going to have to get his knee fixed, and I was just with him in the training room. It's going to be a long haul. He had some pretty good news. It wasn't as bad as they thought initially, so maybe he'll make a comeback. So with that, sounds like his season's over, but at the end of the day, this is not a knock on the guy. Don't take this the wrong way, folks, but this is not the end of the world losing Cullen Gillaspia here, okay? I mean, this is not something that's going to change things all that much for Seattle because realistically, this is a guy that's pretty replaceable. Through 6 games, had 4 tackles on special teams. PFF grade was nice, 69.6. And for Seattle, it opens a roster spot to fill. Now, this team can go forward and see what they can find to potentially put in that spot with him gone now. So now you have another open roster spot. What are you going to do? We'll see. But nonetheless, unfortunate to see Cullen go down like this. You never want to see anybody's seasons end. We're wishing him the best of luck going forward. Let's show him some love in the comments section. Type 41 for Cullen, and hopefully we see him back on the football field here soon. More Seahawks injury news to get to in just one moment. Before we do, though, today's show is sponsored by Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, 1 tree planted, and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title lord or lady on your credit card, plane ticket, dating profiles, and more. It makes a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or lady, we can build our little Seahawks Today kingdom together. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80%. Plus, if you use the promo code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support us here at Seahawks Today. As you saw earlier, I already have mine. You can get yours too. establishedtitles.com/chat. So also on the injury front, Seattle got some good news this week as Pete Carroll said that Darrell Taylor, Marquise Goodwin, and Joey Blount are all expected to be back at practice this week. So that's good to see for 3 different positions you're talking about as well. Taylor at linebacker, Goodwin at wide receiver, and Blount at the safety spot. Now, neither one of the 3 have been gone that long. We haven't seen Taylor since week 7. Goodwin and Blount haven't played since week 8. And the big takeaway here for me that I look at is getting Taylor and Goodwin back. To me, that's what's very exciting here in this regard is that you have Darrell Taylor, who we know could be a really good impact player. And then there's Marquise Goodwin. Although we haven't really seen Marquise Goodwin a whole lot this year, he's shown that he still has a lot of speed and a lot of raw athleticism. And this Seattle Seahawks team, right now, their top 2 receivers are as good as any 1-2 punch in football, right, with DK and Tyler Lockett. And the tight end room has been really good with Noah Fant, Will Dissly, and Colby Parkinson. And it's been by committee, like depending on the day, whoever has the big game, that night. And last week it was Noah Fant this time around. What we haven't seen from the Seahawks when it comes to their receiving core is a consistent presence, an established number 3 guy. Marquise Goodwin has the potential to be that if he can stay healthy on the football field and continue to show that athleticism and raw speed that he has. Bigger impact, will it be coming back from injury, Darrell Taylor, or will it be Marquise Goodwin? Now's your chance to weigh in and get in the comments section and tell me if it's Darrell Taylor, type DT. If it is Marquise Goodwin, then type MG in the comments section below. Let me know. Little roster update for you on your Seattle Seahawks as Seattle has added running back Godwin Igwebuike. I probably butchered that. Igwebuike. See, I'm trying. It's difficult, folks. Bear with me on this. But nonetheless, he's been added to the practice squad. And kind of what you need to know here on Godwin. We'll just call him Godwin here. Here's the rundown here. Released from the practice squad back on October 25th. So he hasn't been gone that long necessarily. But here's what it does for the Seahawks. Although he goes to the practice squad, he could be a potential emergency depth chart piece. Obviously, he already knows the system, that he's familiar with how this offense works and how it runs. And, look, we've already seen Rashad Penny go down. We've seen Kenneth Walker actually dealt with a hernia injury earlier this year. He could be a piece where if something happens, he's ready for his name to be called upon. And if you look at the depth chart right now, you can see Kenneth Walker, DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, those guys are there. And you add him to there, if something were to happen, he could slide right in and potentially get playing time. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, how good is he? And that question remains to be seen. His stats and playing time has been kind of limited, as last year with the Detroit Lions, he had just 18 carries for 118 yards, 7 catches with 60 receiving yards. And the biggest thing, I think, for Seattle, the biggest positive here is the versatility. He has experience as a kick returner, and not to mention, he can be very flashy as a kick returner. So with that, as Godwin tries to find his way on the football field here, his best bet might be if he can get there via special teams and in the return game of some sort. So he'll be a player to watch to see what potentially he could bring to this Seattle Seahawks team. Somebody will keep tabs on there, but added back to the Seahawks practice squad. Before we go, I want to ask you guys, should Seattle promote Godwin to the active roster? If you think they should, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. What do you think? Should he get the opportunity to play with the big dogs on the 53-man roster? If you think he should, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everything in between at Tyler Jones Live, talking about your favorite team on those social media platforms, and I'll see you next time right here on Seahawks Today. All right, folks. Next up. So with the Seahawks traveling to Germany, I'm very curious. And I know that we have an international audience here. I saw Mexico and Japan in the chat earlier. I want you guys, let's do a little challenge. Name every country you've been to. Let's see, of the chat tonight, who has been to the most countries within this chat? For me, I am not as much of an international traveler as I would like to be.
Oh, yeah.
I still need to get my passport. I don't have a passport. I've only been to the U.S. and Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Jeremy, you've traveled around. Where all you been?
I've been to the Bahamas,
Okay.
Mexico, Israel, and I think that's all for outside the country.
Okay.
Those 3. I want to go to Canada.
Okay.
And I want to also go to Italy or Greece.
I would love to do a whole Europe trip. Try to knock out like 4 or 5 countries in one visit.
Yeah.
I see Kevin. He's been to the UK, Germany, and Russia.
If you're going to go over there, that's what makes most sense.
Right. And you could kind of, go to each border pretty easily, comparably speaking here. Phil's been to 9 different countries. Phil, what are the 9 countries you've been to? James has never traveled. Oregon Ducks, United States, and Canada. Kevin's been to Germany, Japan, and the UK. Ashley's been to Canada and the U.S. Mark, I know Broncos country came here and got crushed. That's very good. Nick, the closest I've been to is Canada. Phil, tell me one of those 9 countries you've been to. I'm very curious. We're trying to find out who's been to the most countries. The Seahawks heading to Germany this week. Their last practice today, and they'll fly out tomorrow and spend the rest of the week in Germany from there. So Let's see. Tyson's been to Poland, Germany, Slovakia, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Bosnia, Germany, Italy, and Mexico. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can anybody beat Tyson?
Kevin Sampson's been to Germany, Russia, Japan, China, and that's it. Dustin's been to Canada, Mexico, Ireland, Scotland. Hey, become a Lord today.
Yeah, on some land in Scotland. Why don't you?
You've been there before. Why don't you just go ahead and get you some land? Go ahead and go back. EstablishedTitles.com/chat.
And Tyson's also been to Spain and Denmark.
Oh, Spain
so
would be dope.
that puts Tyson at 12. Phil's been to Germany, Canada, Mexico, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, England, and Holland. 9. Phil, I assume you've been to the U.S.? Tyson, same thing? I mean, just add the numbers here. I believe that puts Tyson at 13, Phil at 10. That's pretty impressive.
Kind of want to go to Australia. I think that would be fun.
Let's see.
Aussie.
Andy's been to Germany, Italy, Poland, England, South Korea, Thailand, Japan, Canada, the Bahamas. Jamie's been to Mexico. Okay. Very cool. I need to do some more international travel. I mentioned I want to go to Europe. I also want to do like the Caribbean thing. You know, I mean, get away, go to a beach a couple days.
Do a They have it out of Galveston. Go do a cruise.
Go do a cruise? It's not a bad idea.
They have 7-day cruises out of Galveston.
I haven't been on a cruise since I was a little kid. Dustin's got family in Scotland. Kenny says Alaska. Hate to break it to you, Alaska, not another country. That fat rat's still holding by that Yoo-hoo is milk. That should have been a weigh-in today. Is Yoo-hoo milk? That was an intense debate that came up on Sunday.
Reminder, use hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat. We're about to get in our mailbag right now. So get those questions in. You only have a little bit of time.
Yeah, use the hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the show. By the way, Super Chat-wise, we're at $11 right now. And for every $5, we take shots to celebrate Nick Fury's birthday. He's not old enough to drink, so we'll drink for him. And if we get to $150, then we will take down Das Boot. And for every $100 that comes in, every $100 Super Chat gets you a spot on the Seahawks Today boot. So let's see. Got a $5 Super Chat coming in from Oregon Ducks.
You're going to start off our mailbag, and that's a birthday shot for Nick!
Let's see.
Can you try to say that last name one more time for me? Godwin.
Oh, that was bad on my part.
Do you have it down now?
Give me 1 second. Let me see where I can read it. Let me pull it up on my my screen here. Okay. Let's give this a shot one more time. I'm pulling it. Here we go. Godwin Igwebuike.
I think that was closer.
Was that closer? Okay. Let's see. All right, Nick. Here is your birthday shot, my friend. Courtesy of Oregon Ducks. The Ducks look a lot better since they lost to Georgia week 1. They're playing some better football. As
oh, yeah.
Here's to you, Oregon Ducks, and happy birthday to Nick Fury. And that puts us at $16 in Super Chats. If you Super Chat, you get in the front of the line on the mailbag, or you can use the hashtag Seahawks to get on the mailbag. Also today, I want to induct some members on the Boot Hall of Fame. $100, you get a spot. Who wants to be on the Boot Hall of Fame? Scott's been to Canada, Mexico, the UK, Germany, France, Netherlands, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Poland, Japan, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, and Australia. Oh!
Bang!
We have a new Fame,
Dustin Bridger.
Dustin Bridger.
Let's go.
Dustin Bridger.
Wow. Oh, wow. This is cool.
This is a really cool moment here, folks. Dustin says, put Nick on the boot for his birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
That is awesome. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody spam Dustin in the chat.
Spam Dustin in the chat.
Spam Dustin in the chat. That's awesome. That is awesome.
You know what?
Oh!
Beer and birthday shot for both.
And we're $5 away from Jonesy doing a boot.
Oh, let's do it right now. Who's got
$5 from Jonesy doing a boot.
Let's do a boot. Let's celebrate Nick's birthday the proper way. $5.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nick. Happy birthday to you. Ow!
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Dustin, I'm not only putting Nick on the boot. Dustin, you're still getting a spot, too.
Wow.
We're inducting 2 people
Love
on the
it.
Boot Hall of Fame.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Dustin, that is the definition of a real one right there. That's
a team
awesome.
player. That's what the 12s are all about. And Jamie, we'll get to yours here in a second. Stay tuned. There's the 5. Boot time, 2.
Woo!
Okay. All right. One thing at a time here. All right.
All right, guys. Let me know.
Let's start out with Dustin. We're going to put Dustin and Nick. We're going to put them on together because I want to remember this moment.
Devo.
That they shared together. That Dustin put Nick on the Hall of Fame. So we're going to put both of them on our Hall of Fame badge. So let me get out the marker right now. I'm writing this. DB for Dustin. NF for Nick Fury. And they become the 9th member together. I almost dropped the sticker. Actually, I did drop the sticker. On the Boot Hall of Fame. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. No one can ever take this away from you. They cannot give you the Reggie Bush treatment. You will be here forever till the end of time as one of the faces of the 12s. And every time we drink out of this boot, you're going to be memorialized. They're going to remember this moment. All the 12s out there, they'll be thinking of you. So congrats to Dustin and Nick. Happy birthday, Nick. And we will drink out of the boot here in a few moments to celebrate Dustin and Nick. Congrats to you. There you are, the Boot Hall of Fame.
And we got that 30-piece for some shots.
Shots?
And I think you got to finish this beer.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then we got another 5 for shots, too. So,
Shot.
Let's- I think we got about 3 shots, and I got to chug a beer here. So,
Let's do it.
let's do it for Jamie. Let's do it here for Devo. And in the boot, here's what I'll do, too. To keep the party going, I'm going to put a shot in the boot, too.
Oh.
So we're going to keep the party started. Keep it rolling. Here's a shot to you. We love birthdays around here, Jeremy. You want another? Let's do another.
Pour me up another drink.
Pour me another round. Light 'em up and lock it down. No more. That's funny. I did say I wasn't going to sing today, and here we are. We're singing happy birthday. We might sing more than we have ever. Here's another shot. I'm going to need some whiskey glasses. I'm going to see the truth. She's mocking right down. And oh, man. Nick says this is going to be my favorite moment of my birthday. I'm glad we're giving you a great birthday, Nick. All right, here's this beer chug I owe, too. The beer chug to Jamie. Jamie, you're awesome. Here we go. Jamie, to you. So, Jamie, shout out to you. Thanks for sending that in. So, we inducted another member of the Boot Hall of Fame, in case you're just joining us, and we got to 150 in Super Chats. We're only one segment in already, and we're having a great birthday celebration for Nick Fury. Every shot today is a shot for Nick Fury to celebrate his birthday. Mark Sanchez has entered the chat. Here we go, folks. All right. So there's the boot. I'm going to add some Fireball to it because we're celebrating Nick Fury's birthday. We're giving him the best birthday ever. Woo! And what's really cool, in case you guys are just now joining us, Dustin came through with the $100 super chat to get a spot in the boot.
Mark's in here.
Oh, Mark is in here. He just showed up. Dustin did that, and he asked for Nick to be on the boot with him. So they have that spot together. So that is awesome. Dustin, get your beer goggles on. You know what? I don't think we have beer goggles here, but that's not a bad idea. We might need to invest in some beer goggles in the future. Anyways, here is the Fireball going in the boot. We're ready to put this down. There's no place I'd rather spend my Wednesday than here with the people on Seahawks Today. This is what happy hour is all about, folks.
Gotta love it.
Right? I'm already one beer in, a few shots in. We still got 3 more segments to go. Let's get to drinking. What are we thinking time-wise? That's the other part. Since we're celebrating Nick's birthday here, I have to do my part on the boot and make sure that I do this thing justice.
And guys,
what are we thinking? Over, under 20 seconds. Type O for over, type U for under in the chat. What do you guys think? How's this going to go today?
and guys, I gotta know. Do you think he's gonna go over or under? And are we gonna get to 300? Because if we get to 300, that means I'm doing a boot.
Ooh, 300. And with that 30-piece that came in from Jamie, you're $70 away from the Boot Hall of Fame.
It's Jaime.
Say what now?
It's Jaime.
Jaime. Okay. So we're getting the predictions coming in. Ashley says under. Alan says under. Over, under 20 seconds. Type O for over, U for under. If you type O for over, you're a hater. Nick says get me under 20 seconds. I'm going to give my best effort. Let me stretch a bit.
Yep.
Make sure I'm ready to go.
Yep, get the stretches in.
Oh, there we go.
Mama's baby boy says under.
Okay. So we got the predictions in. Everybody's ready to go. Oh! Mark Sanchez! Oh! Mark! I said today, too, that every 100-piece that came in, that it didn't matter if you were already in the Boot Hall of Fame, you were getting another spot in the Boot Hall of Fame today. So Mark gets another spot.
Spam it down below.
Spam Mark.
Mark.
Now, I have a proposition. Not that kind of proposition.
Oh, Prop A.
Prop A. If Mark is up for it, Mark, would you like to see a boot race between me and Jeremy Chubb?
Oh, Mark, you don't want to do that.
Mark, do you want to see a boot race or do you want to see one at a time?
I can go get the boot right now. I don't want to embarrass Tyler.
I'll tell you this. I will lose. I don't have the speed that... Oh, Mark says put Lindsay Edelman on the boot. So Lindsay, little fun fact in case you guys are new here, Lindsay made me the godfather of her new child. And that's a title that I am honored to hold. Lindsay is an avid watcher of this show and has been a very loyal supporter. Mark says one at a time, so no boot race. Okay. He wants to enjoy the moment. Let's take it all in. That's fine. I was going to lose anyway. So thanks, Mark, for saving me from embarrassment, in all honesty. But Lindsay's great. Lindsay's been awesome to have here.
They're saying boot race. Let me go get my boot ready. Hold on.
No. Mark, that's his call. Mark said no.
Oh, Mark said no.
Mark wanted one at a time. That's what I've just said. Mark wants to savor the moment. Wants one at a time.
One at a time. Okay. I see it. It's right there, Mark.
So we'll do that. He paid for it. He gets what he wants. But we will put Lindsay and Mark on the boot. Mark says Chugs needs to set the record he did on Monday Night Football. He wants you to have your moment, not be competing with me, competing with yourself.
All right.
So
you take that boot. I'm going to go fill up the other boot.
and let me induct Mark and Lindsay. Another spot for Mark, and this time in honor of Lindsay as well. Lindsay, a very loyal watcher. My godson is on the way, and we're very excited. So here we go. MS for Mark Sanchez, LE for Lindsay Edelman, and without further ado, what a way to celebrate. Nick wanted a boot race. Nick, we're just getting started. The boot race could still happen today. I wouldn't rule it out because we're only one segment in at this point. But Lindsay, Mark, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. This is an honor that we have around here. We have our own boot because you guys have been real ones. You guys have earned this, and we're going to keep the party going because the Seahawks party don't stop. To Lindsay and Mark, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. There we go. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. So let me wait for Chugs to get back. He's going to get his boot ready. And when Chugs comes back, I will take down this boot. And we'll party. We'll celebrate here. We're at $300 in Super Chats. And we're only one segment in. What a day so far, folks. I'm enjoying myself. Get the predictions out. I'm going to do the boot when Chugs gets back here in just a second. Over, under, 20 seconds. Type O for over, U for under. And with Jeremy Chugs, he's a faster chugger than me. I'll admit that. I mean, his name is Jeremy Chugs, for crying out loud. Jeremy is going for a record today. What's your record, Jeremy?
7 seconds, or 6.9.
Nice. Lindsay says, love you, Tyler. Love you too, Lindsay. 6.9. Nice. Can we beat 6.9 for Jeremy Chugs today? I think so. For me, I'm just trying to go under 20. I'm not like Jeremy Chugs. I can't chug as fast, but I still give a good effort nonetheless. So, here we go.
You go first, and then I'll go.
Jeremy, here's my timer.
All right.
Timing, let's see if I can get under 20. I'll give you the headset. You can do some play-by-play here.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, Tyler, getting set up on the boot.
Here we go.
I'll hit it as soon as lips touch glass. As soon as the lips touch the glass.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off, folks. Tyler, he's going with the side boot method. That is to help alleviate the bubble that's about to come up. You're going to see it right here. Oh, wow, he's taking it down. Great timing for Tyler right now. Great time for Tyler. Oh!
What do we do? 16-4. Yeah! Yeah!
16-4.
Oh, yeah. Grade the burp. Oh, man. We did.
Wow. That was great. That was great.
Sorry you had to.
Smells like onions. Smells like onions right there.
That's my lunch.
Oh my God.
16-4. Not bad.
That was great. When did you start going to the side method? I saw you didn't have boot up. You went boot side.
To be honest, I didn't even think about it. I just did it.
Wow.
I might have to do side method more.
That's natural instincts, everyone. Natural instincts right there. His inner chug just came out right there.
All right, Jeremy. I'll trade you now.
All right. Here we go.
All right. So, now it's Jeremy's turn. And this is in honor of our two big super chatters, Dustin, who did it for Nick, Mark, who did it for Lindsay, and Nick. I get to see two boots on my birthday. So far, we're just one segment in. I mean, that's incredible. So, here we go, folks. Jeremy Chugs. Trying to beat his personal record of 6.9.
We still have more spots on the boot. Just a reminder.
We have the whole other side that we haven't even started yet. So we can add more people to this. We're up to how many members now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 members. I want more people on this boot. Who's got it for me? Here we go.
Just like
Spam.
Germany. Boot.
Spam Chugs in the chat. Let's see, Jeremy. Oh! Jamie! Jamie's going to the Boot Hall of Fame. Jaime! Jaime going to the Boot Hall of Fame. Let's go, Jaime! Jaime, we'll get you there in just a second. Let's get the boot for Jeremy.
Ready on the timer?
Yep. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go. Chugs, 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 Chugs. He's going. Keep it going, Chugs. Jeremy, go, 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 go! Oh, hell of an effort. Not quite a record, though. 7.16. Let's go, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get her done. Jeremy Chugs. Okay. Jaime. Sorry, Jaime, not Jamie. Jaime. Jaime, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. Another member. $370 before the second segment. Jaime, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. What a show we've had so far. We're at 69 likes, by the way. Nice. Jaime, this is unbelievable. We're inducting 3 members to the Boot Hall of Fame right in a row. 1, 2, 3. Jaime, welcome to the Boot Hall of Fame. JML is what I'm going to put on the boot for Jaime. Das Boot. Go Hawks. Jaime, I agree. Go Hawks. What a run this team's been on right now. I mean, Jaime, what can I say about you? Jaime, I mean, you deserve this. You worked your whole life to be on this boot. And it is my honor to induct the one and only Jaime to the Boot Hall of Fame. Everybody, spam Jaime in the chat. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's freaking go.
There we go. The 10th member. That's like 2 Hall of Fame classes right there. In 2 weeks, folks. We are at an incredible pace with this Boot Hall of Fame. I mean, when this thing fills up, we might have to auction it off or something. Like, somebody's going to want this like on their mantle of some sort someday. Here we go. Jaime, welcome, the 10th member of the Boot Hall of Fame. Jaime! Let's go.
Woo!
Okay, we got 3 more segments to go. We are $120 away from, or $130 away from another boot. Could we see a third one on today's show?
I don't know.
It's possible.
People are talking.
We'll see. In the meantime, though, and for that 70, I do think I have to chug a beer, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have to. I'll put a little fireball in it. And then we'll get to our next segment. It is a mailbag. Use the hashtag Seahawks or Super Chat to get on the mailbag show. Here we go. A little jungle beer chug to make things a little spicy for you. All right. Lindsay wants to know, is my name on the boot? Yes, Lindsay, your name's on the boot. You're there with Mark Sanchez.
Woo!
You guys got that spot right there is where you guys are forever. Forever and ever. Here is
and ever.
The beer chug in honor of Jaime, who just got inducted to the Boot Hall of Fame. Congrats, Jaime.
All right. Tyler's going to chug this. We got to get to our mailbag because we're running behind. This,
we got to get going.
This has kind of gotten out of hand.
But if you guys want to keep sending super chats, that's fine too. But we got to get going with the mailbag. So mailbag time here on Seahawks Today. Use hashtag Seahawks or super chat, and you will get on the show. Seahawks Today mailbag coming up right now. It is Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. You have questions. I have answers. We will answer them right now here on today's show. Before we do, though, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We're doing mailbag segments a couple times a week now here on Seahawks Today, and they're a part of our live shows. So if you subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, then you'll be alerted when we're live and you get your questions in to be a part of the mailbag. Go to youtube.com/Seahawks TV to subscribe today. Be a real one, and we'll be so glad to have you here, a part of our Seahawks Today family. First question in the mailbag today comes from Oregon Ducks. Should the Seahawks sign an extra safety like Jonathan Abram? Well, here's the interesting thing for this Seahawks team when it comes to looking at, a guy like Jonathan Abram or maybe a few others here, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the safety position here. This is something that I think a few weeks ago we would have said, yeah, maybe you look at Jonathan Abram or some of the other safeties on the market. But the way that Ryan Neal's played, Joey Blount is coming back from injury here. I don't see the Seahawks making a move at the safety spot. Abram might be a guy worth considering, but I think the Seahawks feel pretty good about what they have at the safety spot. I don't see them bringing on a guy like Abram. But nonetheless, thanks for the question, Oregon Ducks. Nick Fury, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Nick. Writes in, #Seahawks, #Papa Seahawk. What are the best free agent targets for the Seahawks on both sides? How will we do the show Sunday since it's morning? Go Hawks, let's fly. I'll answer the latter first, and then I'll get back to the beginning. We got a great show coming up on Sunday. It's going to be bright and early, 6 a.m. on the West Coast. But being in Germany and everything, we got German beer involved. I think we might be doing some mimosa boots. It's going to be a great time. You'll want to be here. Seahawks Today live here on Sunday. It's guaranteed to be a good time. Don't miss out on that. So a few things in store. That's what we call Tees in the Biz. As far as the beginning of that goes, who are the best free agent targets for the Seahawks on both sides? Well, here's the deal. Seahawks don't have much money to spend. I mean, that's just reality at this point, right? Cap space is kind of limited, and the Seahawks feel pretty good about what they have anyway. Remember, they didn't do anything at the trade deadline because they didn't have to. With that said, some of the best players out there, OBJ is out there. He could be a nice number 3 receiver. Don't necessarily know if he wants to come to Seattle necessarily. Will Fuller is still sitting around as far as offensive players go. On the defensive side of the ball, that's where things are a little more limited. We mentioned, Jonathan Abram was a possibility. He's a name that potentially comes to mind, but I just don't see Seattle making any sort of free agent moves at this point in time, barring some injury of some sorts. But thanks for the question, Nick. AJ writes, any concerns with the long trip to Germany? Well, I'll say this. Tampa Bay's got a long trip too. Now, theirs isn't quite as long as Seattle's is, but nonetheless, I'll say in an ideal world, I would have liked that the Seahawks not have a situation where they go to Germany and then their bye week is taken up after the Germany game, right? In an ideal world, you don't have to make the Europe trip altogether, that you still stay stateside. And now you have this situation where you're going to Germany and part of your bye week is going to be taken up by just recovering from going all the way out to Germany. So do I have any concerns? I mean, it's just a lot of time away. A lot of time away that, takes away from a normal bye week that teams typically have that are not making the international trips. And so you need that rest, need that time off, and you're not going to have as much as you would typically have in a normal bye week. So it's a big deal. It's great for promoting the brand. Pete Carroll's excited about it. Tom Brady was excited about it. I get why the NFL is doing it, but it doesn't necessarily benefit the players on this team when it comes to health and safety. Are you a fan of the Seahawks playing over in Germany? First time ever that any NFL team has played in Germany. If you are, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let me know in the comments section if you're a fan of the Seahawks playing in Germany. Y for yes, in for no. Next question comes from Juror. #Seahawks, what are your thoughts on drafting Grayson McCall to sit behind Geno for a year or two? Grayson McCall, quarterback at Coastal Carolina. I remember Grayson very specifically I believe it was his first career start when he beat my Kansas Jayhawks back in 2020. Saw him play in person. Grayson McCall, very talented college quarterback. Credit where credit's due. He's a good player. But he's not that great of a passer. Very good runner, but I don't think that Grayson McCall's a good enough passer to play at this level. So, we're going to be talking quarterbacks, I'm sure, for the next few months, potentially for the Seahawks drafting. But Grayson McCall, for me, is not an NFL quarterback. Now, who knows? Maybe months from now, years from now, you check back the tape, and this turns into something where it's motivation for Grayson McCall or whatever. But at this point in time, McCall is not a good enough passer to be an NFL quarterback. So I don't see that happening, but crazier things have happened before. Today's show is presented by BetUS. And BetUS is offering a 125% deposit bonus when you use the promo code Seahawks125 at checkout. Put $100 down. You get $125 to spend for free at chatsports.com/bet. And this week, since the Seahawks won, we're offering a great deal. And this comes straight from us here at Chat Sports. Out of the goodness of our hearts, we are giving you the opportunity to get a free NFL jersey. Here's how. If you go to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code Seahawks125, sign up and deposit $100 and get that 125% deposit bonus, place bets on any game, and then email us, jersey@chatsports.com. We're going to get you a jersey. That's how it works. So if you take anything away from today's show and want this to be as simple as possible, chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125, put $100 down, and email us, jersey@chatsports.com, and you could get Charles Cross jersey, Geno Smith jersey, Jordan Brooks. We got options. Email us for details, jersey@chatsports.com for more. This is not a gimmick. We're dead serious about this, folks. Get yours now, jersey@chatsports.com. Dustin writes, who would Seattle draft in 2023? Another draft question. Great. Thanks. Dustin, as far as the draft goes, looking forward to next year. I think when you look at this Seahawks team, that they're going to continue to build, I think, on the defensive line. I would expect the defensive line to get a couple more pieces potentially to build upon for that group. I think also when you look at this Seahawks team that I wouldn't be surprised if we see them get interior linemen. Look, you already have your bookend tackles for the foreseeable future with Abe and with Charles, but you could use some help with those guard and center spots in the future. And then, of course, wondering about the quarterback position. Here's what I wonder when it comes to that quarterback position, folks, is, as I've said before, you don't have to draft a quarterback. Don't have to. But what you could do is if there is somebody you do like, you don't have to rush them on the football field. They can sit behind Geno Smith and wait for their day to come potentially. So those to me are the ones that come to mind early, but we'll see exactly what they do. But thanks for the question there, Dustin. Dat Fat Rat, do you think Al Woods could retire after this season? Next year he would hit age 36. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think anything's possible as far as that goes. When you get into that age, yeah. You think about it, none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, right? Every day is a gift. We can't take this life for granted at all. And when you're a guy like Al Woods, who's had, a really good football career, I think you look back and, with his health and, with all the stuff we know about CTE and everything now, that you value that time and what you have. And so 36, I think you look back and you say that you got a lot out of your career. He could be back next year and still have a lot to play with, but when it comes to retirement, yeah, I think that's certainly possible with him, and wish him nothing but the best in whatever decision he makes there. Temper wants to know, is Geno better than Tom Brady right now? Well, there's an interesting discussion there. So, Geno Smith, Tom Brady. I'll say this much. So, Tom Brady, and I like Tom Brady. I'm a Tom Brady fan, so don't hold that against me, folks. But Tom Brady, I think much is being overblown about being on the decline this year. People are saying that he is kind of, fallen apart and that he's not the quarterback that he once was. Well, the reality is the Bucs do not have a run game. And Tom Brady is being very limited in what he can do in that offense. Is Geno better than Tom Brady? He might be. I think we could have an answer on Sunday, potentially, as far as that question goes. Better quarterback this year. Is it Geno Smith or is it Tom Brady? Type GS for Geno Smith. Type TB for Tom Brady. Let me know who the better quarterback this year is, Geno Smith or Tom Brady. Ashley writes in, do you think we will keep Jamal Adams next year, or do you think we will get rid of him? So that's an interesting question when it comes to Jamal Adams, because we know Jamal Adams is going to be out for the year. That's a situation that's been unfortunate, and he's dealt with a lot of injuries ever since he came to the Seattle Seahawks. And now with Jamal Adams, not playing, we wonder if he's played his last game as a Seattle Seahawk. And here's the deal. The way that his contract is written up, there's no benefit for Seattle to move on from Jamal Adams, that they would lose too much money, potentially speaking, if they were to release Jamal Adams. Nobody's going to want to trade for Jamal Adams with all the injuries that he's endured. So I think Jamal Adams is going to be back next year, unless somehow somebody out of left field comes up with an offer that the Seahawks can't refuse. I just don't see how Jamal Adams is not back next year. I think he'll be in a Seahawks uniform one way or the other. Chris writes in, happy birthday, Nick. We mentioned that earlier. It's commenter Nick Fury's birthday today. Hashtag Seahawks. Will the Seahawks have 3 or more sacks Sunday? I'm hoping Tom Brady sees a whole bunch of pressure. So I was looking at the statistics with Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, I believe, right now is within like the top 5 when it comes to least amount of time sacked this year. And a big part of that with Tom Brady, of why that statistic is because Tom Brady has such a quick release that he gets the football off, and he's been so good in the short passing game over the years. That's what plays to his strength. And so I'll say this, 3 sacks, that might be a reach as far as that goes, of hoping that they get to 3 sacks. It'd be nice to see, but it would be something else. I don't know if Tom Brady is going to allow the Seahawks to get 3 sacks on him, but I would guess no, but I wouldn't rule it out. Still Flying writes, is this a fluke or the Seahawks legit? Okay, here's what I define as a fluke, okay? If you win 2 in a row against good teams and they're close, but then go on, losing streak, lose games, whatever, that's a fluke. When you've won 3 in a row, or 4 in a row now, rather, and you've dominated those games, there's nothing fluky about that. There's no fluke here at all, okay? The Seahawks are absolutely legit. Too legit to quit, actually. So, yes, I'm all in. I'm buying this Seahawks team. They're the favorites in the division. I think they're going to be a playoff team. It's going to be great to see. I'm buying this Seahawks team. Are you guys buying or selling this Seahawks team as a legit team? Are they good or not? Let me know in the comment section. Type B for buy. Type S for sell. Manor Pitt says, if we play Dallas in the playoffs, what would be the strengths as well as the challenge for Seattle? So I would love the idea of playing Dallas in the playoffs, by the way, because we know how the Cowboys are. How about them Cowboys? When it comes to the postseason. To me, I would welcome that possibility to make that road trip. But as far as strengths and challenges go, I look at that Dallas team. Dak Prescott's still a very good quarterback. I know that he's been injured some this year, but I think anytime you face a good quarterback like that, that's always a challenge in its own right. We've seen Tony Pollard and Zeke. Tony Pollard's kind of in the better back there. Just trying to find the balance of both stopping a good passing game and a good running game. They don't have great receivers, though, so I could see that as an advantage for Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, and Mike Jackson and those guys. But when it comes to defensively, that Dallas defense is really good. They're as tough as any defense in the league at this point right now. I think for Seattle, what you would try to do, ideally, against this Dallas team is try to run up tempo and challenge Dallas to a shootout of sorts. To me, I think that's your best point of action is to play a pace game. See if they can go pound for you. Because right now, I don't think Dallas could go pound for pound, quite frankly, with that Seahawks team if they were going to try to make it a shootout of some sort. So something to keep in mind there. Thanks for the question. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything in between at Tyler Jones Live. Talking about your Seahawks on all of those social media platforms. One more question coming in, actually, before we go from our guy Mark Sanchez, the legend himself, writes, at Seahawks, will Shane Waldron be a head coach next season, or should the Seahawks make him head coach in waiting if he gets that offer? Shane Waldron's done a good job. I like Shane Waldron, and I've seen improvement from what he's done, comparably speaking to that Niner game, which I thought he called a bad game there. But this is the NFL. Nobody does coach in waiting. I mean, I think New England tried that with Josh McDaniels behind Belichick, and then he took the Raiders' job. So, I mean, whenever the time comes for Pete Carroll, when he's ready to retire, when he's ready to step away, the Seahawks just need to do what they can to find the best coach they can. Whether it's Shane Waldron, whether it's whoever it may be, I don't think you hold a spot for Shane Waldron and tell him that he's the coach in waiting. Shane Waldron's name could come up. He certainly could. And I think he's done a really good job. But I wouldn't necessarily just hold a spot and tell him you're the coach in waiting necessarily or move on from Pete Carroll to bring in Shane Waldron either. I think you'd just let the process play itself out. But nonetheless, thanks for the question there, Mark. All right. So today is National Chicken Sandwich Day. I love me a good chicken sandwich. I am a frequent visitor to Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, and I'm very curious. Who's got the superior chicken sandwich? Is it Chick-fil-A or is it Popeyes? If you think it's Chick-fil-A, type C. If it's Popeyes, type P. Jeremy Chugs, I like both of these. I enjoy both of them when I have them, but I like Popeyes chicken sandwich a little bit better.
Oh, yeah. So here's the tier ranking for me. It goes Popeyes spicy, Chick-fil-A normal, Chick-fil-A spicy, Popeyes normal.
Okay.
The Popeyes spicy is top.
Yeah.
Popeyes normal, bottom. And then I got the regular and then the spicy Chick-fil-A in the middle.
That's solid. That's a solid ranking there. For me, it's the Popeyes regular. I don't like spicy stuff.
Oh.
The spicy at Popeyes is too spicy for me.
Really?
Sorry, I don't mean to sound weak, but it's a little too spicy for me.
Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich.
Spicy, and then it's the Popeyes regular. Then it's the Chick-fil-A spicy.
You do the Chick-fil-A spicy and not the Popeyes?
Like I said, it's the Popeyes is too spicy for me. I'm not a spicy food guy. I can handle the Chick-fil-A spicy, but the Popeyes spicy is too much for me.
Okay. Pro tip.
Okay?
I think it might be the sauce for you. Ask for the Popeyes spicy, but the sauce on the side.
Okay. That might be the move. Now, for me, either chicken sandwich, important detail, I got to have mayo on either one. If you don't put mayo on it, then I might as well not eat it. I have to have mayo on either
If
one.
I'm going to Chick-fil-A, I'm putting either ketchup or Chick-fil-A sauce on my normal one.
I only use Chick-fil-A sauce for nuggets.
Actually, if I'm doing the spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich, then I'll put some mayo on it because it kind of balances out the spice a little bit. But
what's the chat saying here? I see Kenny, Mark, Dat Fat Rat, Nick Fury, James, Sam, Allen, all saying Chick-fil-A. Lindsay, Georgie, saying P.
Oh, Dat
M.
Fat
Grub
Rat.
saying neither.
Dat Fat Rat says he lives 2 hours away from a Chick-fil-A.
I don't know if I could live. I think that would be a no-go for me. I don't think I could live anywhere 2 hours away from a Chick-fil-A.
That would be hard. Dat Fat Rat, where do you live again? 2 hours away from a Chick-fil-A?
Isn't he in Mexico right now? Yeah, I love a good chicken sandwich. We have Chick-fil-A from time to time here in the office. Why don't we do Popeyes sometime? I think it's a better chicken sandwich.
We're actually closer to a Popeyes than we are a Chick-fil-A.
Ashley likes Popeyes.
The
better.
only thing I worry about, so we're an office, we have about 20 people in the office.
Okay.
Would you trust Popeyes in getting a 20 order ready for us?
I'll say this. That's one thing. The service at Chick-fil-A is so much better than Popeyes.
It's immaculate.
Popeyes has screwed up my order numerous times.
Could you imagine getting 20 orders from Popeyes and coming back here? There's 100% that somebody's order is going to either be missing or wrong.
So is that why we don't go to Popeyes? It's a trust issue?
I think so.
Jeremy, you have trust issues?
Maybe.
Oh, let's see.
All
What's
right.
everybody saying? Let's see. Davion says Chick-fil-A is overrated. Kenny Street says C. Mark says Buffalo Wild Wings and Chick-fil-A are 5 minutes from me. That's a pretty good deal. Matthew says Eastern Washington. Mark says nope. Jadavion says, but the Popeyes video on PH.
Also,
I don't even know what that means.
I know Popeyes, on their app today, Jonesy, you might be getting it on your way home because it's buy one, get one free for their chicken sandwiches.
Really?
It's National Chicken Sandwich Day.
Ah, yes.
Buy one, get one free.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one, Brian. Brian says Whataburger chicken sandwich.
Yeah?
I've had it before. It's good. I don't think it's better than Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. If I'm going to Whataburger, I like the chicken strip sandwich with the barbecue chicken strip sandwich. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. That one's good, but still, I think Chick-fil-A and Popeyes if I'm going for a chicken sandwich.
Real quick, we're going to do our Seahawks Bucs preview in just a second. I want to show the Super Chat menu for everybody just now rolling in or need a reminder of how we're doing things today. This is what we call happy hour here on Seahawks Today. It's a little more casual than our live shows that we have during the week. And any Super Chat gets you a shout-out. We're going to do one more mailbag. That'll get you to the front of the line in our second mailbag we'll do later on. $2, you can ask me or Jeremy Chugs anything on your mind. You can even ask Jeremy Chugs about the wedding he's planning and whatever you want. $5, we'll take a shot. Every shot today is to celebrate our guy Nick Fury's birthday. Nick hanging out in the chat today. $10, we'll chug a beer. And every $150, we'll do a boot. We've already crushed 2 boots today. We are $25 in, and that means we're about another $125 away from another boot here on today's show. So that is what we're offering, folks. Happy hour here on Seahawks Today Live. Coming up next, Seahawks and Buccaneers preview. We'll give you an injury report. Also, we will give you my keys to victory for your Seattle Seahawks as well. That's all coming up next here on Seahawks Today Live. Jeremy, we ready to go? All right, let's do it. It is Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. Coming up next is our preview of the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Germany. It is going to be an incredible time, a huge opportunity for both these teams. They are the first 2 teams in NFL history to play a game in Germany. Now, we'll give you everything you need to know about this game in just a second. Before we do, though, if you want to beat Tom Brady and the Bucs, if you really do, then I need you to like today's video. Don't be jinxing it. Look, the Seahawks are on a win streak right now. We don't need to risk anything of the Seahawks not winning. So don't be that guy. That's the reason why the Seahawks didn't get the job done. If you like this video, then I think the Seahawks scientifically have a better chance to win this game just by liking today's video. So smash that like button, and we will get started with today's show. Today's show is sponsored by BetUS. BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, you can get a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, you get $125 to spend for free when you use the promo code Seahawks125. And one of the things that we're doing this week is that we are going to give out a jersey if you put $100 down at chatsports.com/bet. Put $100 down and get that 125% deposit bonus. You are getting a free jersey. And you may be wondering, well, how does that work? Just make things very simple for you. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125. Sign up and deposit $100. Get the 125% deposit bonus. And then email us at jersey@chatsports.com. Tell us that you got the bet. Give us proof, and we're going to get you that jersey. I can promise you that right now. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125. The Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seattle sitting pretty at 6-3. They're atop the division right now. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay at 4-5. And it has been a roller coaster year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they've gotten a lot of headlines for what's gone on off the field as well for this team with Tom Brady and not being there. And, of course, with his wife and the other things that have gone on with this team. Things have not gone well for Tampa Bay as they would have hoped. Meanwhile, if the playoffs started today, Seattle would be the 3 seed in the NFC. Tampa Bay would be the 4 seed. So these two teams are right there neck and neck with each other at this point in time. And, you know, you go into this game, and I think it's a tale of two seasons, essentially, right? You have a Seattle team that did not have high expectations around the league this year, and here they are in contention, going in with momentum. The Bucs came in thinking they were as good as any team in the NFC and have been maybe the biggest disappointment in the league this year. Despite how well Seattle's played, though, they are underdogs this week. 2.5-point underdogs to be exact. The over-under at 44.5 for this game. And you can bet on this game at chatsports.com/bet with the promo code Seahawks125 for a 125% deposit bonus. Who you got, Tampa Bay or Seattle? Who are you getting your bets on? Let me know in the comments section. Type TB for Tampa Bay. Type SEAC for Seattle. And let me know who you got to win this game. Let's begin with the injury report for the Seahawks. And there are a few key players that are questionable, and then one player that is out this week. Darrell Taylor, Marquise Goodwin, Jon Rhattigan, and Joey Blount are all questionable at this point in time, at the time that we are taping this, while Cullen Gillaspia is out with a knee injury, and it appears that his season is over with at this point in time. And over the last couple of weeks, the Seahawks have had a few players that have come off the PUP and IR list. That includes Tyler Ott, Tre Brown, Jon Rhattigan, Darrell Johnson, and Alton Robinson. We're still waiting to see when those guys are going to play, whether they make the trip to Germany and if they'll be able to give it a go. That remains to be seen. But just the fact that these guys are getting off those lists is a big deal nonetheless. So, now it is time for my keys to victory. What will it take for Seattle to get the job done against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Well, number one on my keys to victory is stopping the run. Now, here's the thing. You look at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, and the big thing for Tom Brady's success, whether it's been in New England or whether it's been in Tampa Bay, he has really relied on having a good running game. And the truth of the matter is, right now, Tampa Bay's run game is awful. In fact, the worst in the league. They're averaging just a little over 60 yards per game right now. Not good. And the Buccaneers, here's the thing. If they run the ball well, then that's a good sign. Their offense is so dependent, success-wise, on how well they run the football because, get this, since 2020, the Bucs are undefeated, 10-0, when rushing for 120 yards or more. in that stretch. Pretty incredible. So, got to stop the run. That's going to be crucial. Speaking of the run game with Leonard Fournette, how about Leonard Fournette as a receiver? Now, one of the things that was so interesting when Tom Brady came to Tampa Bay and when they brought in Leonard Fournette was that Leonard Fournette was not that great of a receiver when he arrived at Tampa Bay. And it was a point of contention between Brady and Fournette and Bruce Arians of trying to get him involved in the pass game. But now you fast forward a couple years, and Leonard Fournette is a pivotal part of the Buccaneers passing game. In fact, right now he is the Buccaneers' third leading receiver with 42 catches for 314 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's averaging about 7.5 yards per reception. And not only do the Seahawks need to take Fournette away in the passing game, but it's also worth noting that the Seahawks defense has allowed 61.4 receiving yards per game to running backs within the last season. That's the worst in the NFL. So Seattle, it's twofold here. You got to keep the football away from Leonard Fournette, not just in the run game, but in the pass game as well, and do what you can to slow him down as much as you can. Let's talk offense now. Kenneth Walker has been phenomenal this season. The rookie has been everything and then some of what the Seahawks have asked of him at this point. And, I mean, here's the deal. Seahawks running backs are averaging 2.4 yards after contact per carry this season. That's tied for the third best in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Bucs have allowed 2 yards after contact this season, which is the fourth worst in the NFL. And, you know, we were talking about it a couple days ago. My guy, Brian Baldy, was doing his Baldy breakdown. And he was talking about how you can't take down Kenneth Walker. It takes like 4 guys to bring him down. And we've seen the statistics, what he's been able to do the last 5 games. 100 yards against Arizona the first go-round. 51 was his down day against the Giants. 167 against the Chargers. 97 the first go-round against Arizona. And 88 against the Saints. He is on a roll right now. Keep the ball rolling with Kenneth Walker, my friends. Who has the better game? Will it be our guy, Kenneth Walker III, or will it be Leonard Fournette? If it's going to be Kenneth Walker III, type KW3. If it's not, if it's going to be Leonard Fournette, you can be honest with me, that's okay. Type LF. Let me know in the comments section. If it's Kenneth Walker, type KW3. If it's Leonard Fournette, type LF. Number 4 on our keys to victory for the Seattle Seahawks is starting fast. And I feel like we talk about this about every week in our game preview, but it's been a big part of the Seahawks' success is how well they have been able to start fast in football games. Seattle has not had a 3-and-out in the first quarter all season. Best in the NFL. I mean, that is incredible what what this offense has been able to do in that regard, that they've been able to consistently get off to fast starts, that we've seen Shane Waldron, the offense, come in with a good game plan. And so, you know, you got a good thing going. Why should it stop here? That's been a big key to their success of why they've been able to win football games and not have to play from behind. To me, I know it sounds cliche at this point to say start fast, but it's what the Seahawks do well. Got to continue to start fast and keep up that momentum going as far as I'm concerned. Next on the keys to victory for the Seahawks, number 5 on our list this week, last but certainly not least, is winning on third down. And look, third down is crucial, right? Third down, thunder, as they say. And get this statistic for you. It's not just offense, but also defense here, because the numbers are pretty similar here. Seattle averages about 5.4 third down conversions per game. Tampa Bay averages about 5.1 on third down conversions per game. So for the Seahawks, it's not just the offense converting on third downs, but it's also the defense stopping Tampa Bay on third downs too, because the numbers are pretty similar. Both these teams are very good on third down. So for Seattle, you have to win on third down on both sides of the ball. That is going to be critical. That's a huge key to their success, is bringing the third down thunder. So before I reveal my pick, are you rooting for the Seahawks? Are you? You know, what's funny, I didn't even think about this, to be honest, but this is like twofold here. Type FTB if you're rooting for the Seahawks, and that means F Tampa Bay and F Tom Brady. It's 2 for 1 here with your FTB. So I think that means you have to comment that twice. 1 for Tampa Bay and 1 for Tom Brady. Spam FTB in the chat if you're rooting for the Seahawks on Sunday. By the way, we got an exciting watch party coming up for you on Sunday as well. It's going to be early on the West Coast. I understand that. We'll get started about 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern. But have a cup of coffee, have a drink, whatever you're feeling. We're going to have a good time here on Seahawks Today Live. The whole crew, it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. We're going to try to bring Germany into your home to make it feel like that you're a part of the atmosphere in Germany on Sunday. And subscribe now if you haven't already. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV so you never miss a moment. Tom Brady and the Bucs taking on Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. And, you know, here's another thing. The game is on the NFL Network. I like NFL Network, but not a lot of people, to be honest, have the NFL Network. So might as well join us, even if you do have the NFL Network, so you can get the full game experience with us. And if you don't have access to the game, this is a great alternative to that. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What is my pick? I'm going with the Seahawks, 27-23. I think Seattle gets the job done in a close game. It comes down to the wire, but ultimately the Seahawks prevail and win their 5th straight game in a row and get the job done. Advance to 7-3. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Before we go, crystal ball time. Get the crystal balls out. Predict the score of Sunday's game between the Seahawks and the Bucs. You heard me say 27-23. What say you? Let me know in the chat. Predict the score for Sunday between the Seahawks and the Bucs. Okay, so got a question for you guys. And I see a super chat from Mark Sanchez. We'll get to that in just a second. Yesterday was Election Day. And here's an interesting note for you. Me and Jeremy Chuggs both, we were not on ballots anywhere. But we still received votes. We didn't campaign, nothing. I received 2 votes for Dallas County Judge. Jeremy Chuggs received 1 vote for Governor of Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the election in the rear view now, who would you rather vote for? Me or Chuggs? Who would you like to be your leader? Is it me or Chuggs? Type TJ for me. Type Chuggs for Jeremy. Jeremy, I mean, are you going to leave us to be the governor of Nebraska now?
I don't know. They're doing a recount as we speak. We'll have to see. If so, I mean, I have to loyally serve my constituents. I have to do what's best for my counties and for my state, you know?
You see, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here for the 12s. You guys are the ones I serve here. I'm a public servant for the 12s. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to be a judge in Dallas. I'm here for the people. Get your votes in. Who would you rather vote for? Who is your leader? Is it me or is it Chuggs? Type TJ for Tyler. Type Chuggs for Jeremy. Jeremy, he's a faster chugger than me, so he's got that going for him.
We got some Chuggs rolling in.
Let's see. Lindsay says TJ. Georgie says Chuggs. I see another Chuggs in there. Who's the leader, folks? Who does your vote go to? Let's get the comments going. Who are you picking to be your leader? A vote for me
is a vote for you. It's a vote for your voice. It's a vote for you to be heard. Finally, for you to be heard.
Nick says TJ. Okay. So we're tied up, 2 apiece now. James says both. You can't vote for both. Although we appreciate that. You got to pick one or the other. Me or Chuggs. Who does your vote go out to? Look, I am loyal, folks. I am here with you all the time. I don't go anywhere. Chugs, he leaves us. He goes off and does his own thing.
Wow.
I am loyal to the 12s.
Wow, you're playing that game, huh?
Demetrius says TJ.
It's a dangerous game to play when you need somebody to push the buttons, TJ.
Yeah.
Justin says TJ.
Dangerous game to play.
Wow. You see that? Do you want somebody leading you who is just going to play dirty, baseless political games? I'm willing to work for you. I'm willing to get in there, boots on the ground, and Jared G, I got you. I got you. I say your name right because I care.
Lindsay, vote for my godfather. Wow, Mark says Chugs because he drinks and knows things.
My guy Mark.
I drink and know things.
I'm a man of the people. I serve you, Mark. I serve you. And with that, go into his super chat. Because I'm a man of the people, I'm pushing the buttons and I'm deciding, hey, we need to give Mark some airtime because he deserves it.
And I got to chug a beer here.
TJ, make your hands in an O as a Ducks fan. Do you remember Duck fans? This is to remind you how many natties you've ever won.
Oh.
Big facts. Huskies rivalry week. Dos shots, por favor.
There we go. 0 national titles for those Oregon Ducks. Cheers to you, Mark.
I think if this was an election, I might have won. I don't know.
Well, Brandon says Tyler Jones for governor, Jeremy for lieutenant governor. Now, on that vote you got, friend of the show, Mitchell Renz was the lieutenant governor vote, right?
Yep.
Nick says I'm voting for TJ because he's being nice on my birthday. Nick, I mean, not to defend Chugs here. He hasn't been mean to you on your birthday.
I don't know. I thought I've been pretty nice.
I'll say that. Like, I'm not going to hold that part against Nick because I think Chugs has been good to Nick. Oh.
The horse and the elephant have no meaning whatsoever.
No, it does not. No, we just use that for graphics. Brian says TJ.
He's actually a huge AOC fan.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. What else do we got here? What do you guys say? Alan says Chugs. What are we taking a shot for?
For Mark. See? He doesn't even remember that.
I had to take a beer chug for him. I took a beer chug.
Wait.
Oh, he wanted shots too.
He doesn't even listen. He doesn't even listen.
I did the O.
As your fearless leader, I will take it into account everything that you say, and I'll actually listen.
Okay. To Mark. And go Huskies. Beat Oregon.
Woo!
There you go. I'm holding the O again. Husky Stadium's a great place, by the way, Mark. I mean, that is on the water and everything. Autzon's got nothing on Husky Stadium. I'll give you that right now. Back in the day, yes. Let's see. Georgie says, I think Chugs pushed for the free birthday shot. Mark says, good looking out, Chugs.
And see, I think that's true. I remember me being the one that said, hey, let's do a free birthday shot.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
We've taken a few shots today.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's. We got one more segment to go. Another mailbag. Let's show the super chat menu one more time. We are at $385 in super chats. We are $115 away from another boot, which we could do. Alan says, TJ, you're still cool, though. Well, okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Your math is off.
Whatever.
We did a boot at 300, so we need
115 for another. And every $100.
No, we don't. 65. 150, 300, 450.
Oh, 60, I can't do math. Jeremy, math guy.
That another reason to vote for me.
Actually, that should be a reason not to vote for you, being a math guy. That means you're a nerd. Do you want to vote for a nerd? No. $65 away from another boot. I'm not a math guy. Not a math guy.
Yeah, that's somebody that you want controlling your assets. TJ, what happened to the budget? I don't know. Not a math guy.
Not a math guy. Don't blame me. Any super chat equals a shout out. $2, you can ask me or Chuggies anything. $5, we'll take shots. $10 a chug of beer. And $65 away from a boot. And we are inducting members into the Boot Hall of Fame. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 members of the Boot Hall of Fame. 2 weeks in, 11 members. So we're doing pretty good there. All right, final segment. Hashtag Seahawks, get your questions in. Or you can use the super chat and get to the front of the line on today's show for our final mailbag before we call it a day here on Seahawks Today Live. You have questions. I have answers. Tyler Jones here with you with another Seahawks Today mailbag. And you may be wondering, how do I get involved in the mailbags? Well, it's all right here on the channel. If you are subscribed, then you would know that we do each and every Wednesday our live shows where we answer your questions in real time. And whether it's through the super chats or using the hashtag Seahawks, you can get on the show and we'll answer your questions. So subscribe now, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of our channel. First question comes in from Dustin. Hashtag Seahawks. Have the Seahawks looked at Minshew, or how long is his contract? Gardner Minshew is he's on a pretty cheap contract. I think he's still on his rookie deal, to be exact. There in Philadelphia. He's backing up Jalen Hurts. I've not heard anything that they've looked at Gardner Minshew. I don't think they would have any reason to do so. Geno Smith's played great. Drew Lock sitting behind him. I don't see them moving to bring in Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew is a good quarterback, one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, quite frankly, but don't see him coming to Seattle by any means. Nick writes in, what's the best-case scenario for Seattle to make the Super Bowl and Geno Smith to win the MVP award? Well, the best-case scenario probably involves somebody taking out the Philadelphia Eagles. Because here's the deal. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Right now, this is not a diss on Seattle. Don't take this way. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles are on another level compared to everyone else in the National Football League. They're undefeated. They've beaten some good teams. And the way that they have played at this point, I would not get in the way of the Philadelphia Eagles. And so the best case scenario is to avoid them where somebody hopefully beats them for you, and then you find your way to get to the Super Bowl of some sort. So to me, that's what I look at, the best case scenario. Now, as far as the MVP award goes, Geno Smith, Geno's played well, but I think, when you're the MVP, you have to have like those 4 and 5 touchdown games with over 300 yards passing where everything just goes berserk every once in a while. Geno still needs a few more of those to really elevate himself in that MVP conversation. But the MVP race, wide open at this point. Geno Smith be a part. Standard writes in, is there any way the Seahawks sign OBJ? Problem is money. OBJ is not going to be your typical free agent at this point of the year. The guys we usually talk about at this point in the year as free agents are usually looking for like a league minimum deal, looking just to be happy to get on a roster. OBJ is a free agent for 2 reasons, because of the injury and the other by choice. OBJ is not going to be playing for a league minimum deal of some sorts. And Seattle does not have a whole lot of cap space right now. So if Seattle were to bring in OBJ, they'd have to do some movement, move some guys around potentially to bring him in. So it's a reach. It's an outside chance. I don't think he's going there, but I wouldn't roll out and say it's impossible at this point. What say you? Should Seattle sign OBJ? Let's do this in true Chat Sports fashion. If you think they should, type OBJ. If not, type no BJ. Okay? Check that out in the comments section. Type OBJ for yes, no BJ for no. Next question. Do you think Joey Blount will ever get some defensive snaps? Well, Joey Blount is coming off injury, so that certainly helps that he's getting healthy. And we already know about Jamal Adams, and he's out for the year and all that. I think it's possible. I think Joey Blount has the opportunity to get some snaps out there and be a part of that defense. I would not rule that out at all, that we see Joey Blount getting some defensive snaps besides just special teams, but getting legit defensive snaps. Yeah, that certainly seems possible. Today's show is presented by Established Titles. Save an extra 10% off the perfect holiday gift just in time at establishedtitles.com/chat. And you may be wondering, well, how do I get involved in this? Well, it's a fun, novel way to preserve natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. We plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted, and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, dating profiles, and more. Makes for a great last-minute gift. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many you want to be a lord or lady, we can build our little Seahawks Today kingdom. Established Titles is actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use the code CHAT, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support Seahawks Today. I already got mine. You can get yours at establishedtitles.com/chat to get yours now. A few more questions here for you. Ryan writes in, I'm calling it. TB12 is getting sacked 5 times. Ryan, I like the optimism. One problem, although I like what the Seahawks pass rush has done, that they're coming a long way. They've gotten a lot better from what they were at the start of the year. Tom Brady still throws the football really quick. Still gets that ball off fast. So I don't know necessarily if Tom Brady is going to allow to get sacked 5 times. Next one comes in, a big ol' super chat from Mark Sanchez. I'm a nerd and use math every day as a CNC mechanics. Nerds stick together like birds of a feather. Hawk fans to an Eagle fan. Das Boot. Hashtag chugs. Well, nerds, the nerds live on. I'm glad Mark is representing the nerds and let his presence be known. You know what? Nerds, it's not a bad thing to be a nerd, especially if you can be like Mark Sanchez or Jeremy Chugs. Maybe I'm not qualified to run for office not being a nerd, but you know what? I'm glad that I'm around some good nerds like Mark and Jeremy Chugs. Next one coming in from Steven. How come no one is talking about how good Lockett has been this year? Hashtag Seahawks. You know, Steven, that's a good question. I think I'll say this. We get kind of this perception, right, of the idea of who's kind of talking about, who stands out and whatnot around, what the national media says and what the national media narrative is. And what I would say is, don't worry about the noise. It's all just noise, right? We're talking about Tyler Lockett around here. We're giving him the credit he deserves. And everyone else that knows the Seahawks and watches this team knows how well Tyler Lockett is playing and that he's been a big part of Geno Smith's success. So, Steven, we know what Tyler Lockett's doing. He hasn't gotten past us. Thanks for the comment there. Alex writes in, how different is this game preparation-wise for the Seahawks playing in Germany compared to Tampa? That's a good question. So, preparation-wise, I think that the main thing is it actually just takes time away from your preparation. Seattle to Tampa is not a quick flight by any means, but, newsflash, Seattle to Munich is a much longer flight. And so it just takes that time away. The thing, though, is that, the Bucs, even though they have a shorter flight to Munich, theirs, still takes a lot of time out of their preparation. So for me, that's the thing I look at is just it takes away the time that you would normally be using for other things potentially. So maybe they use the extra flight time for more film study or things like that. But to me, that's what I look at is that just that rest of what you would do in your normal activities, it takes you out of your routine necessarily with that extra time that you are traveling there. Who do you got? Bucs or Seahawks? If you're rolling with the Seahawks, I know you are, but we just got to check. Type C for the Seahawks. If you're rolling with the Bucs, type TB for the Buccaneers. Let me know in the comment section. C for the Seahawks, TB for the Bucs. All right, next question. Do you think the Seahawks can make it far in the playoffs? Make it far? Well, here's the deal. The NFC is not that good. Beyond the Philadelphia Eagles, beyond the Minnesota Vikings, then there's a drop, right? The Cowboys are okay. The Giants are okay. The Seahawks already beat the Giants. The Bucs, who they'll play this week, have not played that good this year. So there's an opening. Do I think they are going to get past the Philadelphia Eagles right now? No. But, a divisional round team going to a conference title game, that's not a reach at this point for this Seattle team. We'll see. Hard to project at this point in time, but I think they're right there in the upper half. They're within that top 5 teams in the NFC right now. Will Aaron Donker play this game? Aaron Donker, part of that international player program, Aaron Donker is. And, as cool as it is for a guy that was overseas and everything, being a guy that grew up in Germany and all, I think that they'll find a way to get him on the field. He usually doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, but I could see a scenario potentially where, if he's on the practice squad right now and the Seahawks do have an open roster spot at the time we're taping this, I could see them promoting him to that final spot and maybe throw him out on special teams or something like that for him to get some love there in Germany. But as of right now, the answer is no because he's not on the active roster. But we'll see. It'd be cool. It'd be cool, though, for sure. Mama's boy. How much better a healthy Adams makes this team? I think they're pretty good already without Jamal Adams. He'd make him better, sure. But I think credit where credit's due. Pete Carroll, Clint Hurt, this defensive staff, they've adapted accordingly. Jamal Adams, when he's healthy, is a really good football player. But I don't see this being a significant jump where they would be miles better with Jamal Adams just because they're already good as is. Speaking of Jamal Adams, another question comes in from Charlie. Wants to know, last name Wilson. Has Jamal Adams played his last game for the Seahawks? No, I don't think so, because the way the contract situation works, it just doesn't make any sense for Seattle to release him with as much as they would owe him, and I don't see anyone taking on that contract. He's going to be healthy probably in the springtime, and I think he's back next year. I know it has been a roller coaster with Jamal Adams, this run in Seattle, but I don't think his days are over by any stretch. True or false, Jamal Adams will return to the Seahawks next year. We here at Seahawks Today think he will. If you agree with us, type T for true. If not, type F for false. Let me know in the comment section. T for true, F for false if Jamal Adams will play next year. Next question, hashtag Seahawks. We easily beat the Eagles. Easily? I think easily is a little maybe overconfident because I just respect what the Eagles have done. Again, not a diss on Seattle. Don't take it that way at all. But we have to credit what the Eagles have done at this point to be undefeated, the way that they've dominated, the way they've looked on both sides of the ball. Nick Sirianni is the coach of the year right now. I think the Seahawks could make it a competitive game. But out of respect to Philadelphia, I would not be picking Seattle in that game if it were to happen. Next question from linebacker. Do you think Geno will do high knees? That's funny. So, in case people don't get that reference, Russell Wilson, in the trip out to London that the Broncos had a couple weeks ago, he was bragging about doing high knees on the plane. And everybody was like, what's with this dork? Russell, he's such an odd guy, and no, I think Geno's got a little more composure than that. I don't think he's doing high knees on an airplane, but nonetheless, that's funny. Aaron writes, what players have the best chance of winning awards? 3 names in particular. Geno Smith, obviously, for comeback player of the year. I think he's in contention for offensive player of the year, MVP, discussion for all 3. Kenneth Walker, he's a candidate for offensive rookie of the year, one of the 2 favorites up there, as well as he's right there with Pierce, the running back for the Texans. Defensive rookie of the year, Tariq Woolen's right there. And Sauce Gardner, they're kind of neck and neck for that defensive player of the year award. And I think Sirianni's the coach of the year right now, but I think Pete Carroll's got a shot to still be up there for coach of the year, and John Schneider for executive of the year. So I think you have 3 players that could be walking away with postseason awards, and maybe a coach and general manager as well. Speaking of the comeback player of the year award with Geno Smith, that seems like a given, right? At this point, seems like it's going to happen. There's not an Alex Smith story this season. I think Geno's got a good chance to be comeback player of the year. If you agree with me, type HY for hell yes. If you disagree, type HN for hell no. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? HY for hell yes, HN for hell no if Geno will win comeback player of the year. You can interact with me on social media, Twitter and Instagram, at Tyler Jones Live, Facebook as well. And I will see you next time right here on Seahawks Today. All right, folks. So that is all for our segments. Now we have a boot to pay off here. Another one. And another out of the Seahawks boot, thanks to Mark Sanchez with his $65 super chat and declaring how much of a nerd that he is. I respect the nerds. I am not one, but I do have respect for him. I'll put it that way. So, nonetheless, Mark Sanchez, congrats to you and your nerd status for what you've done to get up there. And very smart guy. And Jeremy Chuggs. Jeremy Chuggs a math guy, I guess. I mean, he is from Houston. So maybe he's going to be working for NASA someday based on that. But, Mark, we are getting the boot ready. What a day we've had. We've inducted 3 people into the Boot Hall of Fame. Nick wants us to sing happy birthday to him again. Again, Nick? I think we can do it one more time. We can do it one more. Lindsay says, do it for your goddaughter and son. I'm doing this for Mark Sanchez. Mark's my guy. I'm glad to have Mark back. We missed Mark on Sunday. But Mark's in the house today.
All right. You go ahead and take it down.
Okay.
I'll sing happy birthday.
You'll sing happy birthday. And while I'm taking down the boot, go ahead and time me while you're at it, too.
And did I see right that it's Lindsay's birthday as well?
Lindsay, is it your birthday?
Lindsay, is it your birthday? Let me know.
Happy birthday. Oh, yeah. So, we might have to say, when you sing it, happy birthday to Lindsay and Nick. Oh. Charlie says Tyler looks like he's hitting the wall. Hey, no, I'm fine. I'm holding it together.
Oh no, he's doing good. I've seen Tyler hit the wall and he's not there yet.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I think I saw it was Lindsay's birthday in there.
So Chugs is going to get out the timer. He's going to sing and do play-by-play, and I will take down is this my second or third boot today?
Your second.
My second boot today.
She said yes. All right.
All right, happy birthday.
As
Lindsay.
soon as you start, clock starts, and I start singing.
And I'm going to go sideways again.
Let's do it.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Nick and Lindsay. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you didn't stop it.
I didn't stop it. 22.67, but I'm going to say we take off 2 seconds. I think it was 20.67.
20 flat. 20. We'll take 20 on the second boot of the day. Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday, Lindsay. Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, man. I'm going to have to piss there pretty soon, folks. That's a lot of liquid we consumed today. Wow, what an afternoon here on Seahawks Today Live. There is no party like a Seahawks party, folks. I hope that Lindsay and Nick had a great birthday today, that we celebrated with them strong. This has been a lot of fun. Okay, so Nick is 19 today. Mark says that sounds official. Yes. Okay, 20-second boot it is. We will go, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a great time on Sunday. We're getting started bright and early. 6 a.m. Pacific time is when we will get going. Hopefully you guys wake up and are here for our pregame show, and then we'll go live 6:30. We'll have the kickoff and all that, and that'll be 9:30 on the East Coast. If you can't watch the game on TV, if you can, whatever, make sure you have us on because it's going to be a great time. And subscribe, youtube.com/SeahawksTV, so you can join us and have a great time. Jeremy Chuggs, it has been my pleasure, my friend. I am going to go get some some Popeyes now. After you suggested that buy one, get one. I might have to eat 2 sandwiches tonight. Lindsay, I wasn't going to ask your age on air. I'm not going to ask a woman her age. But nonetheless, Lindsay says she's 39 today. So happy birthday to Lindsay and Nick as well.